What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci. Today we are looking at the famous debut Squier Strat that Fender just came out with. These have kind of been a big internet sensation lately. They came out with this earlier this summer, and it's their entry level, I think it's Amazon exclusive even, super cheap, affordable Stratocaster. So you're getting genuine Fender on the headstock. It does say Squier by Fender on the top there. And you're getting some pretty good and solid specs for the price. I bought this from Amazon. I bought this with my own money for 120 bucks. It's a poplar body, maple neck, and a laurel fretboard. It's got ceramic single coils. Everybody wants a Strat. Everybody needs a Strat. Everybody should own a Strat. And if you're not somebody that prefers Strats or plays Strats, this might be a good entryway into seeing what these are like. I got mine in this matte black. How sick is the matte black? I'm very impressed with the look of the matte black. The fretboard, in my opinion, I think is a little light. This is laurel. This is not rosewood, obviously. Maybe with some lemon oil, this fretboard would darken up. But I wanted to make this video fresh out of the box. I just took it out. Haven't changed the strings, haven't set it up, haven't done anything. So I wanted to give you the straight up what you're getting out of the box. These ship with 9s, and so far it's decent. I'm not going to say it's amazing yet, but it stays in tune okay, but it does seem to go out a little bit. I will say so far the tuners are a little bit flimsy. The satin neck, so I'm a big sucker for a satin neck. I love the way it feels. It's really nice and light on your hand, easy to play. Your hand glides really nicely on it. I won't say it's a totally pro level job feeling. I mean, it does feel like a good satin, but you could definitely feel some of the graininess in the wood. It could be a little bit smoother, but I think over time, as your thumb plays in and you start, getting the oils from your hands in there, it's going to really smooth out, feel great, and play great. The tremolo, which is a good point here, if you're a beginner or somebody that's just starting out, the tremolo comes decked, and by decked I mean the springs are tight enough to where this can't go backwards. So if you break a string, it's not going to go out of tune. I personally do that to all of my floating tremolo guitars. It's got 6-point trem. It's got the 6 screws in here, and it'll only go down with the whammy bar, and it won't go up. So you can only pitch downward. You can do dive bombs, stuff like that. That's a nice feature for somebody that's just getting their first guitar, or somebody that's a beginner, or maybe it's your first time trying a Strat. Definitely something that you want to be considering having on here. I initially bought this expecting to tear it apart and to tear it up and make sure that everybody knows how bad of a guitar it is for this price, because how could you have a decent guitar for $120? Sad to say that I'm wrong. I did want to hate this, and I have to say it's actually pretty decent. So I'm not going to call it custom shop quality. I'm not going to call it a good guitar, but it's at least pretty decent. And let's plug it in, see how it goes. So I'm going through my Friedman IRX directly into a DI box into my DAW, so I'm monitoring direct. So exactly what I'm hearing is what you're hearing at home. We're going to go through all the pickup configurations. I will say, very big positive here, the tone knob is wired to the bridge pickup, which is something that Fender should have done from day one, and a lot of guitars don't come with that. So something worth noting. The pickups are really, really bright on full whack, so that's where we're going to start. We'll start off on the neck pickup. I'm on a clean setting, and if it's your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel. Analytics say that only 20% of my views come from subscribers, which is absolutely abysmal in my opinion. So if it's your first time here, or if you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button. Let's get to the sounds. Now let's go to the neck and middle pickup. I feel like anytime you get this combination on a Strat, you have to go. You just have to. Middle pickup, whoever uses the middle pickup next. Now you got your clucky. We're in position 2. And finally, bridge pickup. Now, the treble on these pickups will tear your head off. So So you hear that sweep? Kind of gets that wah effect. I like to go at the top of that sweep to kind of knock off all of that harsh treble. That's what these tone knobs will do. They will roll off the high end. So that's with it at, I'm looking at the number 3. If I go to 10, that I would call a decent clean sound, and that's with the tone knob about 3.5, 4-ish. Now let's go back to the middle. And now this tone is going to affect the neck and the middle pickup. And I honestly don't think you need to touch it. If we go all the way up to the neck, maybe a tad off. Now I'm about 7. Now this is where I would call my bass tone. Took a second to dial it in, get the knobs sounding right. I would probably just keep it like that and hopefully not need to touch it throughout a gig or throughout whatever session I'm doing. Let's go back to now the neck and middle. Also worth noting, on the IRX, my trebles are off on both this and the dirty channel that we're going to get to in a bit. So something worth noting, these are bright ceramic pickups. Intonation's pretty good. Cool. So now let's hit it with some distortion, shall we? We're going to go to channel 2 on the IRX. This is a crunchy sound. We're going to get some single coil noise. It's going to get gnarly. We're going to have fun. See, now I'm already hitting it harder. I'm going a little bit out of tune. Probably the least impressive thing about this has been the tuner. The tuners they don't feel very good. They feel cheap, but again, you're getting what you pay for with the guitar. I mean, you don't want to expect too much out of a $120 guitar, but some better tuners would definitely be in order if you actually wanted to keep it. Let's go neck pickup, dirty sound. It's a good Strat sound. Sweet. Now in the 4th position, you're going to get some noise canceling. If you have particular noisy household like I do, that position's a lifesaver. I'll say playability up the neck is actually fantastic. Can bend up the neck with no problem. No dead spots at all. Now, second position, that clucky stuff. Now back to bridge pickup. Got to do a little Texas blues on this thing, huh? All right, so I think that does it for a quick look into what this thing can do. For the price, it's a good guitar. It's solid for a beginner, way better than anything anyone has ever started on, you know, my age and older. Absolutely, there are way worse beginner guitars than this. As far as that $120 price point, I would say that the Firefly stuff impressed me more, and Firefly is another company that makes import guitars that are knockoff-ish, but they're about $180 to $240 depending on the model you want. And I think you get much better specs. You get roasted maple necks, you get locking tuners, 2-point trem instead of the 6, and I think better pickups. So for this price, I would definitely recommend saving a couple more bucks and going for a Firefly if you're looking for a budget Strat. But if you're hell-bent on having Fender on the headstock and you want potentially a good mod platform, or your first guitar, you want it to be a real genuine Fender, this is a great deal. $120, you get a solid guitar, something that's going to be good to learn on, good to play with, and if you upgrade this thing a little bit, it could be really legit. I said, oil the neck, put some new pickups in, just rip out this whole wiring harness, and you'll have a really killer guitar. So yeah, that is the new debut Stratocaster from Fender. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.